Hey everybody, welcome back to Vice City. This is of course Tommy here. We are about to head out. We are at the safe house at Ocean Beach and we are about to head out and head back over to the L you see on the map, back over to Ken's, our lawyer, Ken Rosenberg's law offices so that we can tell him what went down on the party on General Garcia's boat and find out if he's made any headway toward finding out what happened to the Coke. So we will see y'all again in just a moment here. Alright, and as usual, let's look around right quick, see if there's anybody watching. There's one cop right over there behind us. I wonder if he's gonna be a prick. Nope, he was looking the other way, so we are able to get on past and not have to worry about him. He didn't decide to come after us for stealing the car. Like I said, let's head on back to Ken's place. One thing y'all will notice, Ken, we've talked about the influences that various mobster movies and all have on these games and all. We've talked about, in this particular case, we've talked about Goodfellas quite a bit. And later on, you're going to see a lot of the influences from Scarface. Scarface was a huge influence. Scarface and Miami Vice were huge influences on this particular game. But Carlito's Way also had a lot of influence. We've talked about the fact that I think it was the character that did Fernando Diaz. Remember Mr. Coke? I believe he, if I remember right, he was the gentleman that had a big part in Carlito's Way. Well, when we go in here and look at Ken, take a look at Ken, and y'all may want to get online and Google Sean Penn Carlito's Way, because the character in here, the model of Ken Rosenberg is almost the spitting double of Sean Penn in that movie. They heavily modeled his character after the sleazy lawyer in that particular movie. So let's go on in and talk to Ken and see what he's been up to.
Well, I hope you're having a good time, because I'm going out of my mind with worry here. What did you find out?
That there are more criminals in this town than in prison. We need a lead from the streets.
Okay, let me think. I got it. Okay, there's this limey, some music industry slimeball. Goes by the name of Kent Paul. Anyway, he's got his nose so far up most of Vice City's ass that if anybody knows the whereabouts of 20 keys of coke, it's this guy, all right? He's always at the Malibu.
I'll go pay him a visit.
Take it easy now.
Man, knowing that he's based on Sean Penn, you can just see it written all over him, can't you? I mean, he just looks so much like him. And what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to hop in the car here, assuming the cops don't bust me for it. Since I drove up in it, they shouldn't.
I'm 98 for Christ. You have a land of...
All right, we came in just to look at a couple of things right quick. One is our criminal rating. We are an upstanding citizen at 13. 1% complete with the game. We've attempted 2 missions. 2 days have passed in the game. 0 rampages, 1 hidden package. We've wasted 1 person and seen 1 person wasted. And then there's a whole bunch of zeros. Another thing that you'll see is that we are able to scroll backwards and forwards, so that has been an improvement. Not only did they give us a map, but we can scroll backwards and forwards through our stats here. So that is cool. We'll go on out of that. You see the map. We are here just outside of Rosenberg's office. You see the dot on the map where we are supposed to go to. We can zoom on in. It won't give us the waypoints. Will tell us where we're headed, though. That's the Malibu Club. So we will be headed to that. And why don't we go on out? I have also set it up to play some music. Well, not music. I have set it up so we are going to be listening to K-Chat. Hopefully, there are 2 radio stations in this game that we'll be able to listen to, a lot like Chatterbox.
My brother had one of those.
K-Chat is one.
No.
And let's see what the other one. Well, hang on. VCPR, which is Vice City Public Radio. We'll be able to listen to that as well. There. Okay. Both of them are basically talk show type programs. You won't find Laszlo on them. Laszlo is in this game, but he is not here in K-Chat. We will have to... I will wait till the next episode and we'll see if we can't find Laszlo on here. Because I do want to do, you know, occasionally what I did in the GTA 3, where we listened to some of the promo stuff. We listened to some of the talk chat from the DJs, the little in-between chatter that they did between the songs and when they were introduced commercials and all. So we'll do that, and you'll get to hear Laszlo and hear what he's up to these days. Let's go on ahead down through here, and we really, unfortunately, really can't open it up on these little roads. Not in this particular car. There we go. A lot of weaving and turning to do. Boom. And the drivers here are as stupid as the drivers in GTA 3 are, by the way. Just in case you're curious. Of course, I missed my turn. This is where I wanted to go. I don't know Vice City quite as well as I know... don't know it quite as well as I know Liberty City. Another part of it is you'll notice the raindrops coming onto the screen here, the camera screen. This was the first time I had seen this because, of course, in the only place it happens in the others on Xbox. GTA 3, it was only the Xbox that had the water droplets on the screen from like rain and all. But here, it showed up on the PlayStation as well. And I believe the PlayStation and I believe the PC also. As you can see, eventually we can own the Malibu Club. We can't buy it right now. All these places have like prerequisites you have to obtain. And of course you got to have more than $200 in your pocket too. Malibu here is another club that is kind of taken from another place in the game that's kind of taken from Scarface. The club in Scarface looks a lot like the Malibu here. So we will go on in and see if we can't find this Kent Paul guy.
Where'd you pop up from? I've been looking for a bird like you for ages, mate. You know why I am?
Looking for some English guy.
Kent Paul. Kent Paul, mate. Yeah, I'm the governor around here. I'll sort things out. You know what I mean? I'll treat you. Whatever you want, I'll get you, girl. Don't you worry about a thing, mate.
Get lost, honey.
Wait.
You Ken Paul? I'm a friend of Rosenberg's.
Rosenberg. Oh, that bonkers ambulance chaser. That guy could defend an innocent man all the way to death row. Get another drink, bruv.
Everybody's a comedian. Listen to me. I'm missing 20 keys and a lot of cash.
Drugs, mate? It's a mug's game.
What do you know about it?
Wait, well, what I was coming to was, there's some chef come trumpet shifter who deals at kitchen of a hotel on Ocean Drive. He's been looking real pleased with himself lately. You could go and check him out.
I will. And I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, that's right. Go and walk away, you mug. I knock you spark out. Give me a drink. And where's that slut?
Just a quick note here. The Kent Paul is voiced by the English actor Danny Dyer. He's apparently one of the long-term actors on a show called The EastEnders, but it's a British thing, so it really isn't all that important. As I said, it's a situation where it really lends to the ambiance and all that, but they didn't think about Let's Plays back in that day. YouTube was still decade or more away. Hadn't been, I had to take a look and see when YouTube came out, but it was like mid 2000s, so this is a good decade or 15 years ahead of
Hey, he's up there, G.
I'd say a good G.
Stay cool, boss.
How'd you know I was G? I'd have to take a look. I can't remember exactly when YouTube came out, but this is about a good decade before YouTube, so no one thought about Let's Plays and whether or not your music would be affecting your cutscenes in your recording. The other thing with the Malibu Club, as I've said before, we talk about differences. You see how gorgeous it looks with all the neon lights on the outside. You don't find that in the in the PC version. The version on Steam, the computer version, does not have those neon lights on the outside. This has been added back in with like the Vice City Leftovers fix, and the silent patch is what added the neon back to the sides of the Malibu Club and made it look gorgeous again. So once again, there was something about Rockstar and their just inability and non-desire to put the best version of anything up on their PC version. You know, it's like the PC was definitely the red-headed stepchild, it seemed, for the games that they put out, whether it was Rockstar or Take-Two or whoever it was that was responsible for that decision. All right, so we are looking for a chef up here as we watch the lights come on in town. He should be down this alleyway here. Kent Paul called him chef cum trumpet shifter, which I'm assuming means coke dealer. Assuming that's what he's talking about when he says that. Let's see, where is our... that doesn't change the camera angle. Interesting. Alright, I was going to see if we could zoom out a little bit. That doesn't seem to do it.
Hey, what you looking at? You better start talking. Hey, make me, you prick. Let's go! Don't annoy me! Come on, then! You really want to die? You...
Okay, come on. Let's come up this way. Come back.
Idiot!
Alright, we picked up his cell phone.
Oh, way to go, tough guy. Beat him to a pulp. That should make him real chatty.
You want some too?
Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother.
Oh, yeah? And what's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead.
Accidents happen. Get lost.
Hey, whoa. No need to go all Lone Ranger on my ass. The way I see it, we two hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back.
My back's just fine, brother.
You sure about that? Here, take this. Follow me.
One last interruption is Lance Vance here is voiced by Philip Michael Thomas, who was the actual actor who played Tubbs in Miami Vice, the partner of Don Johnson's Crockett. So definitely a coup in Rockstar's book here. All right, let's run after him very quickly here. Said you may recognize him if you go back and look at the original video where nice car.
One thing you gotta realize about this town, you gotta pack some heat. The local gun shop's a couple of blocks away.
You may recognize that he is the guy that there's the Vice City Public Radio. He's the guy that was flying the helicopter during the drug deal that went bad, and that was his brother that was handing the coke to us, and who got gunned down along with our two mafia partners. So as he says, he's wanting the white lady that they took from his dead brother, and we're wanting to get our greens back. Now that has brought up a question that they talk about is why is this gentleman, you know, obviously an African American man in both his looks and his mannerisms, while his brother was kind of stereotypically Hispanic and talked in kind of a Guatemalan accent. So it's like, well, what exactly was that all about? Why did y'all make his brother a stereotypical Latino Guatemalan? You will notice a bit of a time change here and a little repeat. It's because the game locked up right there, right as I was saying about Vance's brother being stereotypically Guatemalan, and why that is when he's obviously an African American gentleman. And the game locked up, so we've had to redo this little bit of it here. No big deal. Fortunately, it runs off. That's one thing too. I'm using a earlier version of the engine. Most of the mods these days only run on the 1.0 engine and don't run on the Steam engine, so that's had to be updated as well to get the save to work with it. But yep, we're hitting the ammunition here, and we're gonna pull on up. For some reason, I don't know why it locks up there, but some mod didn't like it. It says stand in the pink marker to view the weapons. You can select the weapons by going left and right on the D-pad. If you have enough cash, you can buy them by pressing A. You exit by pressing Y. 8 different types of weapons to buy from. Carry one of each type. One type of pistol, one type of shotgun, etc. Now we're going to go back to the hotel. So there you go. The proud tradition of ammunition continues on through the game here. I'm wondering, is he going to let us keep this nice little infernus we've ended up in? I somehow think the answer to that is going to be, no. I said he is Tubbs, which is like I said, Tubbs on the Miami Vice show, which is quite a accomplishment for a rock star. There is, however, he's not actually supposed to be like Tubbs in here. The FBI in the game have actually been replaced by 2 people. Oh, cutscene.
I'm gonna go see what I can dig up. I'll be watching you, Tommy.
And there we go. Mission pass, $200. You'll notice that too. The money that you get for passing missions is much more realistic now. Yeah, we're no longer getting $1,500 for delivering someone to whorehouse. Now we get $200 for finishing a mission. Alright, so next time we will be heading back over to Ken's office, let him know the developments with the cook, and perhaps let him know that we ran into this Vance guy, and see what he may have been able to find out for us so that we can progress on down the mission line here. So we will see you next time. Thanks for coming along. I appreciate it, and we will see you then.